Now we're going to just briefly introduce the concept of zoning. And zoning is a much used idea in permaculture, is a key planning tool and a key placement tool. And we use it to do really energy efficient planning. So the idea is that in a physical place that you identify the centre of activity, and often that would be a house, but it might not be. And that when you decide what to put where, that you put closer to that centre all the things that need a lot of attention, and further away things that need less attention or less frequent attention. So for example, the centre we usually call zone 0, and actually within that zone 0 is ourselves, zone 00. And just directly outside that centre, zone 0, is zone 1. And in zone 1 you would place the things that you would want really close, that you could just get hold of quickly, even if it's really raining, for example. So near a house that might be just some seedlings, things that need lots of attention that you want to catch. If in case anything is eating them, you're quickly there to protect them. Zone 2 are things that can be a little bit further away, and 3, etc. And another concept with that is that on the furthest away, or at least you'd find some in each of the zones, but mainly the furthest away is what zone 5 is considered wilderness. So what we're trying to do is plan as efficiently as possible close to the house, so this zone can be as tight as possible, so there's more of the wilderness left. And you may not have all those zones in all projects necessarily, and it's not so important to really identify each one. The key idea is that you think about how far away you place from where you are, and that you will always design in some zone 5, some wilderness, wherever you are, even on the smallest balcony. And just think about something like a path where you frequently walk would also be included in the zone 1, would be part of that, where you go frequently. And I'm going to demonstrate some of the way zoning has been implemented in this project here called Pentiddy in southeast Cornwall in the UK. So zoning is the idea that you put close to where you are a lot, often a house, the things that need a lot of attention, and put a little bit further away the things that need less frequent visits and looking after. And so to demonstrate that, here we've got the house, and catching also the solar energy. You've got solar panels and hot water panels, and right close to the house we've got a veranda, sort of indoor-outdoor space where people can gather, and then directly below a mixed garden with some herbs and other useful plants for dyeing and eating, and some trees interspersed, so having the different cropping plants, useful plants, all very close to the garden, so you can easily go and pick a few things for dinner when you need to. And then just to the right of the house there's the vegetable garden, so more intense vegetable growing, and also a polytunnel to protect from the worst weather, so that in the winter we can still grow salads and some early vegetables and some late vegetables. So having the food relatively close for easy harvesting and looking after. At night going out to pick the slugs so that the plants can grow well and not eaten. And then a lot of this project is about woodland management. So managing woodland in a really sustainable way. They're using coppicing. So this is dedicating different areas of the land to different age groups of trees. So what we've got on the side just here is an area of coppice, of hazel trees that have been relatively recently cut right down and are now regrowing lots of multi-stems, so that in the winter they can be harvested for different uses. So the different plots around this land all have groups of trees, coppice, that are cut as a large area, one at a time, so that all the different areas have different ages, and that adds to the diversity. So some are really closed, dense woodland, they're quite big, and the smaller ones have lots of green plants growing on the ground covers. So the different areas have slightly different habitats, and therefore different diversity and different species that can thrive there. So adding all of that up together, we've got a lot of diversity on this plot. And this is part of the livelihood of this place, is to work with woodland and create products, a whole diversity of products that can be made available for people, things to make from different ages and sizes.